Hi everyone, it's Sergey here, and I'm glad to see you on our Yespo YouTube channel. So while everyone is joining the webinar, let me tell you a few words about our company. So Yespo is an omnichannel customer data platform for large and medium-sized e-commerce businesses. We develop a comprehensive marketing solution to enhance user experience and interaction with your customers. With our customer data platform, companies can automatically collect and unify user data from the website, mobile app, offline and direct channels, and activate the data within the platform, specifically using it for segmentation and personalization of future campaigns. Yespo offers 9 channels for communication with the audience: email, web and mobile push, in-app, app inbox, widget, Viber, SMS, and Telegram bot. And today, our speaker will be Alex Danchenko, a Chief Operational Officer at Yespo, and he will tell us about the most important updates Yespo made last year and share plans for 2025. So, hi, Alex.
Hello,
We're
Sergey.
glad to see you here again, and I know you prepared a massive job and a big and interesting story for us. So please proceed your presentation.
Thank you. So again, hello everyone. I'm happy to be here today. And today we're gonna speak about what we've managed to achieve in the past year. I hope we will see here a lot of our partners and colleagues and customers, of course. Mostly it's information for the existing users of Yespo, but also I hope that people from who are not our customers yet will be also joining us. And maybe if you are in the process of picking the proper customer data platform for your e-commerce and retail business, you will find something interesting for yourself and probably even find the opportunity to work with us. So it will be very good. So like Sergey mentioned, there is a lot to share because the last year was very, very productive for us. And we've managed to improve the quality of a product and add new features and implement like several very, very, I'd say like cutting edge technologies. And what's very important that most of the updates and new features that we're gonna speak about today, most of them are already tested and implemented. So I will speak about the releases we have made throughout the past year, and there was a lot of them. Like later in the slides, I will even give you the very precise number of how many updates were made. But I just want to say that we're going to structure it. And I will start with the most intriguing ones, which I think are very interesting and most revolutionary, I would say. And we will continue to maybe less fancy, but also very important updates. Of course, I will not cover everything, and when I will show you the full schedule of a day of today's speech. You will see that there are so many points. I will not be able to cover them throughout an hour, and there is no such a purpose. My main goal is to show you the most important updates, and if you want to, you will be able to discover more details when you will receive the presentation. And in this presentation, you will navigate and see a lot more slides because I'm going to show you approximately like half of all the slides that were prepared by the team. Otherwise, it would be just not digestible. So yeah, let's start with a little explanation of and reminding about what we do and what are the main parts in which we do progress and where we do the updates. So Yespo, by definition, is an omnichannel customer data platform, which means that we have two main parts. Which first one is customer data, and second is omnichannel communication. And in between, there is also a big part where you collect data, you segment data, you make predictions, you make personalization segments, and you utilize the data to make the communication with your customers very relevant, effective, and of course, as a result, driving more and more revenues for your business. We also have 9 channels of direct communication. I would also add 2 channels that we see website and mobile app itself, its layout as another channel of communication. And as a user of Yespo, you can also use this. So in total, it's 11 channels of communication. And connecting to any data source, making magic with the data, and then utilizing it in different channels to drive customers to your business and to make more sales. That's basically what Yespo can help you with. In general, we had, like I said, 130 updates, even a little more in 2024. And it happens every day. We have continuous release structure, and we have short periods when we do not release any updates in order for system to be more stable, like for Black Friday, which is like common practice for IT products. But all other periods of time, you can expect to see something new. Of course, I will not speak about all 130 updates, but several of them, most important, will be covered. I would also remind you that in general, the history of marketing technologies production by our group of companies accounts for 12 years already. And in our group of products, we have not just Yespo. Yespo is one of the top-notch newest brands and newest product, but we also have Sputnik at the background, Omnichannel CDP for large-scale businesses. We have Classpo as a product for managing widgets on a website. We have Stripe.email, and this is the most popular nowadays online email editing solution. So quite a few of marketing technologies brands are in our family, and we support each other, and we get ideas from each other. And I think that's great when you have a lot of support from other teams who work like in the same niche, but with slightly different products. And in 2004, we were working with 4,000 brands, 4,000 different companies using Yespo. And most of them were first like medium and medium-sized companies, and 500 of them were enterprise-level companies, accounting more than 1 million users in their customer base. And I'm happy to work with Leroy Merlin, Adidas, companies like BetterMe, Samsung, and many others. As you can see, we work effectively with retailers, with mobile applications, with brands like restaurants, and direct brand communications as well. And all of those are united by the desire to implement different advanced technologies and advanced approaches in their businesses. And what is very important, like as for me, is that with all of those customers that you see here, we have public cases and we have case studies that are available to anyone. So basically, anyone from the internet can go to our website, or if you watch this video, you can scan the QR code and go directly to the section of the case studies to get familiar with the results these brands get with Yespo. I think it's very good these companies share their knowledge, share their success, so anyone could benefit from this. So key updates of 2024. So what are the main areas? I know that I mentioned already that there is a lot more of them. So one of them is predictive segmentation, one of the most important updates, because basically it helps to solve one of the biggest problems the CRM marketers usually have. It's picking a proper audience depending on different goal we have. And that's the technology that helps you as a marketer to delegate the task of picking the proper audience per every campaign to artificial intelligence, and using the data that we have um, in our platform, we can better select the right audience, and this guarantees great results. Like in one of the cases that I mentioned before, we have plus 310% on return on marketing investment when predictive segments were used, compared to manual segments that were used before. The next update is transformer model and large language models for generating product recommendations, which is also a very unique solution, because we implement multimodal algorithms that utilizes behavioral data of the customers you have on your website or in your mobile app, and it also utilizes the large language model understanding of the description of a product, and in this way it combines two different worlds of modern AI technologies to generate even better recommendation, and we see the growth of accuracy of recommendations above 60%. Next thing I want to highlight from the very beginning is in-app messages. This is a very comfy way for marketer to communicate, not with the audience they get using push notifications. So because let's be fair, about 50% of users of your mobile app does not allow you to send push notifications. As a result, you as a marketer are limited. You cannot message and you cannot deliver your marketing signal to the audience just because they blocked you. And that's where in-app notifications come in place, and that's a great way to keep your marketing communications and keep navigating customers within the app, even if you cannot send them push notification. And the next update is gamified widgets. So you're probably familiar with these technologies like Wheel of Fortune or scratch cards that could be placed on your website to engage people, engage visitors, and to help them add more fun in the process of picking the proper product, to win something, to have an extra discount, free delivery. Those are games that we as people like to play, and that is why gamification works so well. And we see we have, I think, about a ton of different cases in different industries that have proven the results that gamified widgets work very well, providing 11% growth in amount of orders, and growth in average order value, and also growth in implementing promo codes, and growing database a lot faster. There's plenty of positive effects of those gamified widgets. I will also mention the Telegram, which is quite popular in the countries of so-called global south, and in Eastern Europe, quite popular messenger, and which is very important here that comparative to WhatsApp or Viber or other messengers, it's free. And it's free, especially if you use your own Telegram bot. And for companies who already implement and use the Telegram bot, you just can add it to connect this Telegram bot to customer data platform. So this Telegram bot would work as an extension where you can communicate with the customers and navigate them to the conversion. Continuous automated A/B testing, another important thing that like radically changes the way we work with A/B tests, and I will be happy to tell you more in the next slides. And one more update, which is also interesting because you usually, when we speak about predictive segmentation, transformer models, omnichannel approach, continuous A/B testing, it's usually you think that it's something that is made for big companies, for a top 10 in the industry, and it should cost like millions. But our goal and our motto is to make advanced and professional marketing affordable and available to all of the users. That is why we have made the integration with WooCommerce. And when we speak about integration with WooCommerce, you might say, okay, a lot of platforms have integration, but the thing is that we didn't want to have like regular integration with WooCommerce because in order to be able to implement predictive segmentation, product recommendations, the typical level of integration that you can see in most platforms, like contact exchange, is not enough because you have to have all the available data about every customer. You want to know his behavior on the website, which products he's looking at, what he added to his product cart. I mean, the integration has to be on a lot deeper level. And that's the kind of integration we managed to build. And if you like 5-minute integration process with WooCommerce website just gives you ability to implement everything Yespo has, including web widgets, including predictive segments, including product recommendations on your website, and all it goes like very, very smoothly and quickly. And I believe that's a great news for everyone who is using WooCommerce, of course, and those who think about starting with WooCommerce, because it's a great, most popular platform in the world for e-commerce, and I believe the users of it have right to have the best possible marketing capabilities. So, in general, the full presentation will include all those below mentioned items. I will not read them out everything because it doesn't make sense. You will be able to see it in the presentation later. So just this is more like for a navigation for you in the presentation. You will be able to click on the part you are interested in and you'll get there immediately. So the navigation is quite comfy. So those who have subscribed to webinar, in the follow-up email you will get the presentation. So it will be easier and more comfy for you to use it even without my voiceover. So before we get deeper into details, for those who are busy, I've covered the introduction part already, and then I will go into details. So before we get there, I just want to let you know that those who will feel that there's too much information for them, no problem. The video will be posted on the channel. You will be able to return to it later. I will be happy if you stay with me till the very end, but I must warn you that it's going to take about 40 minutes from now on to cover all the topics we have. And if you have any questions about what I explain here and what you see on the slides, please don't hesitate, ask questions, push them into the comment section next to the video. I will see them and I will do pauses from time to time to answer the questions. So whenever you join and whenever you want to ask something additionally, so use this comment section. Okay, so I wanted to start with one of the most revolutionary in technological sense change that we implemented. It is improved personalization and recommendations. And the change here is hard to explain, honestly. I've used this slide, and then probably you've seen this diagram and scheme of transformer models a lot of times already, because like anyone who speaks about machine learning or any lecture about machine learning algorithms, large language models, transformers, starts with the explanation of what transformer model is. So I'm not gonna explain it. It's like really difficult for me. But what you must probably know, or what if you don't know and not familiar, what you have to know. Before so product recommendations and predictions are the mathematical algorithms that were used a lot of time before, and there are some simpler technologies like most popular items, the items with the highest ranking, and in general the algorithms that helps to predict what product to show to this or that person are like the group of methods is collaborative filtering. Until some time ago, the new approach, transformer models, was implemented. And transformer models is different from previous algorithms, is that it takes into account like the context and the sequence of actions, which means that the same technology, transformer technology, is used in ChatGPT, and the same way how ChatGPT predicts what next word to put in the sentence he's typing you. In the similar way, product recommendation algorithms for Yespo can predict what next product to show to the customer and visitor of your website. It means that imagine that the visitor of your website is having a conversation with you, and but instead of words, he puts some actions like some product view, then he views another product, and then he views another product, and then he goes to category page, and then he goes to another product, and then he purchases a product. And imagine this is a sequence of words, something that he tells you about what he's looking for, what is his desire. And in the same way, how ChatGPT managed to understand, okay, if the words are in the sequence, and probably the next best word would be like the words that he types you. And the same way, recommendation algorithm of Yespo can predict what next product most probably would be a good development of previous actions. And if you want to know more throughout the presentation, there will be these QR codes leading to the articles in our blog, where you can know more about it. And probably it will be a lot better for you to look at it. And if you still have questions, or you want to discuss it, or you want to implement, then on our website, in the blog or in the case study section, there is a widget to get in touch with us, with our team. So please do not hesitate. You can always type there your question. We can answer on it in real time, but we are also open and will be happy to have a chat with you on the online call. And it doesn't really matter if you are our existing customer or not. We're just happy to talk about this if it's the topic that makes you excited, the same as we are excited about it. The next illustration about transformers, and one of the examples is that traditional approaches see like the couples or pairs of viewed items, and with transformers you can see the whole, like I said, sentence, like the whole sequence of the actions of a customer, and it can understand what is the common thing, or what is the next product that would complete all this previous action. In this case, it will certainly understand that if you are picking the red outfit, and you were looking on red products before, then it will recommend you red sneakers, but not the yellow ones. So just an illustration of the way how transformer understands the whole context. Okay, you're picking your look, and your look is all red. So okay, then I will recommend you this product. Another example, and why our recommendation algorithms like very, very different from anything you can find in the space, is that it's B-modular algorithm that takes into account two different how to say it, entities, and two different modalities. So one of the modalities is basically the sequence of actions that using web tracking or mobile app SDK tracking of customer behavior helps you to build the sequence of customer actions. Another thing is large language models, the part that helps business helps algorithm to kind of understand what is this product for, what is this product about, what it helps people to achieve. So it helps. So in the first modality, you have sequence with product IDs. In the second modality, you have the understanding, the so-called vectorized meaning of a product. So something that shows and explains to the machine what's behind this product. As a result, we can find the so-called cold start problem when new products, if they've had not statistics of been purchased yet, or the statistic is insignificant, the recommendation algorithms usually cannot pick up from this point and start recommending new products. So you have, as a data engineer, to manually to set up rules, so it would recommend new arrivals products more intensively, just hoping that it will guess it properly. So with new LLM implementation as a second modality, this problem is not relevant, because it's fixed. Because in this moment, even if the product that we have statistics on is already out of stock, but LLM will still understand, okay, that red dress that is out of stock, and we have new arrival with a different ID, but it's very similar. It will take this similar product and will use it as a substitution to the one we had before. Okay, and I understand that my explanation is probably not the best in the world explanation of how product recommendations work, but even if I did my job bad, now we will give the word to the numbers, and numbers always speak for themselves. So this is a tremendous result that we have received with our customer in different industries, in tens and tens of different customers. And we see that the conversion rates after implementing new product recommendation algorithms grew dramatically. So it's like from 25 to 60% increase in conversions after implementing just product blocks with recommendations. you cannot imagine how well this could be achieved in other ways. So you can get the same results if you spend like 60% more money on user acquisition, like on advertisement on Facebook, on Google. And here you can increase it like crazy numbers that is easy to achieve just because machine learning algorithms will improve the quality of the content on the page, recommending what people are really looking for. And again, all of those numbers are verifiable. They are described in our case study. So again, welcome to our website to know more. Here I will pause for a moment because I have some questions and I want to answer them. Hi, Jana. As how do I use these new transformer recommendations in my store? Like from on a practical level, you do not have to learn any new technologies. You don't have to know even basically why and how exactly this technology is different. Just simply in your account when in Yespo, the new product recommendation algorithms are already up and running for all customers. And if you don't use this transformer recommendations yet, so if you don't use any recommendations in Yespo yet, then you just reach out to our support team, and in a few days you will have them in your store. You will have to purchase a web tracking script to put it on your website so we could collect the data, and after that product recommendations will be available for your store. And the transformer and large language model will be automatically implemented, so it doesn't cost any extra. It's like we just updated the algorithm under the hood, and the recommendations are just better for all of you. Next question from Mila. Looks impressive. Do I understand correctly that about 200 algorithms in Yespo system are now running on the new model? Or are there specific algorithms? Then we're just substituting the algorithms with new technology. And the 200 algorithms that you mentioned are those that I probably mentioned in the last year presentation, and also it's in our sales deck. They are updated. It's not a separate algorithms. We just substituting the previous algorithm that has to be placed on your category page or product page with a newer version of the recommendation algorithms, but it happens under the hood. So for you, it's possible to have them up and running simultaneously. We do this for our internal A/B tests, but for you as a customer, it's you don't need to do this. So all the algorithms are already updated for you. So thank you, Mila and Jana, for your questions, and I'll move on. So the next, what I wanted to talk about is improvements in automation and workflows. The new approach to message variations. When we were analyzing and having customer interviews, we noticed that a lot of marketers in their job, they want to base their marketing on A/B tests, and they want to know what content works better, and they want to experiment with the messages. They want to have not just A/B tests, they want to have multivariate testing, and they also feel frustrated because it's not that simple in any solution. I highlighted in any solution, it's not simple to do A/B tests. Basically, you have to do some. So if you want to have the A/B test in the workflow, we have to manually place their fork that there is going to be A/B test, and I want to separate the user flow like in 2 parts or in 3 parts, like 50-50 or 90 to 10%. So you have to manually do that. So you have to stop your previous workflow, you have to add some change, you have to do the variation, and basically there were no any other option how to do this A/B tests and how to provide the larger amount of different variations, so the system would pick the proper and the most efficient ones and remove the losing ones. That's how we came with the idea of one from many block. This block in the workflow basically can substitute the multitude of different other blocks, like in the example to the right. This block means that you as a marketer can set up a list of different messages that should be implemented at this moment of customer journey. And you do not have to manually set up the rules. What's the probability of this message? How long will I do this A/B test? So this would happen under the hood. And if you just want to set up a rule, okay, so I have customers that are stuck at the particular point in their customer journey. I don't know, maybe we need to remind them about completing some action or to attending a class or something like this. You just want to be able to remind them regularly about this, but you don't want to remind them with the same message every time. You want to be able to provide like various content. So once I will ask him in this way, so please come back and do your exercise. Tomorrow I will message him, hey buddy, come on, let's start, let's get to work, and or something different. So I wanted to have the list of these different variations. I don't know which one of them will work better, but I know that it has to be different every time. And I want to be able to add new versions and remove worst versions based on the statistics collected. So we came up with this block. You can easily add tag and select the list of different messages that would be implemented in this block, and instead of doing a lot of tedious manual work in changing workflows, you can only change the list of messages that should be provided in different steps in your customer journey. As a result, it improves engagement dramatically. So we have seen that companies that implemented this managed to just changing the copywriting of the messages and being able to analyze the influence of these changes, managed to improve the conversions of one particular message twice. So it's tremendous change just because they had the ability to A/B test and to change the content and to see the results easily. And if you do it in one point of your customer journey, I don't know, maybe you start with welcome message, like first welcome message, and you want to iterate it and improve. So there is a great solution for this. Here we have QR code with the link for the presentation. You can know more about this. So if you're interested, please in the presentation that you get, there's going to be a link. We did a lot more changes to workflow, how they work, and mostly they were targeted on the way people use workflows. So it helps to reduce the complexity of the workflows, makes the campaigns more targeted and time saving in configuration. We know we implemented the reduce the risks of say to over spam recipients with too many messages if they are included in several workflows. So all of this is taken care. More details will go in the presentation. Next topic of changes is enhanced segmentation. So as a marketers, we know if we pick the proper audience and pick the proper message for this audience, we will have great results. And the most problematic thing is to guess what is the proper audience for this type of message. So if I have some, I don't know, Valentine's Day uh, campaign, and I have several variants of this campaign, and I have one for the ladies, one for men, one for the couples, and I have the different types of products to offer to them. So of course I need to find this proper audience for this campaign, and that's where enhanced segmentation based on predictive segmentation technology comes in play. Last year, I was already announcing that that's going to be a new product in Yespo, predictive segmentation. And today, I'm happy to report that it's working. And as always, there are descriptions and cases covering the effectiveness of this. So basically, it helps you to enhance campaign profitability because it helps you to increase the number of completed purchases and simultaneously decrease the expenses because you you will take the people who are really interested in this campaign and those who have the highest probability of conversion. Um, Predictive models help to reduce churn of your database because the model is trained to detecting several groups of people, those who are probable to do a conversion and those who are probable to churn. And of course, we should message them differently, and both of these approaches have their own group of campaigns. If you speak about the results are tremendous comparative to regular manual campaigns that marketers usually implemented. We saw a 26% increase in CTR. We saw 4 times growth in conversion, in general amount of conversions, and 310% growth in return on marketing investment, because there is important part when you not just increase your sales results, but also decrease your costs because you message to a less amount of people. And it could work in different strategies differently. For instance, I want to maximize reach, or I want to maximize the profit of the campaign, or I want to maximize the revenue of the campaign. So different goals on different stages of a company strategy and tactics could be implemented with this. In order this to be more friendly to a marketer, we offer 4 main segments or presets for segments: sure buyers, so those are users with high probability of purchase; potential buyers with medium to high probability to purchase; unlikely buyers who haven't made a purchase in a long time. For those, we would target more probably re-engagement campaigns; and undecided buyers with low or medium probability. We would incentivize them to make this purchase. So it's easier for you to give the precise group of people. But if you want to go deeper, there is also an option to use recall metrics, and you can put the exact probability level and pick the segment for your to experiment and to target it better for your needs. And summing up, I just wanted to highlight why exactly predictive segmentation, predictive AI works better than marketer manually build segments. Of course, as advanced marketer, you do not send your campaigns to all your customer database. Yeah, you do segmentation. You probably would take into account purchase history, monetary values. You would probably include last purchase days in order to eliminate sending to people who didn't purchase for a long period of time and probably are inactive. You could also include some demographic factors, so separate the campaign for males and females or some other geographical data or other. But predictive AI takes into account a lot more data. So alongside with all that I mentioned before, it also understands the patterns in previous purchases of people, and it can build similarities and to find those similarities between different customer groups and the people who behave similarly. And that would probably, if you have a segment of people who are very similar between them in their behavior, and you know that those first part of this group purchased this product, so you probably there is going to be a good guess to offer similar to them people the same products they liked. And of course, it takes into account full browsing history, all the purchase history, and as data goes into platform in real time you get better predictions. So that's the reason we managed to get those great numbers, and I invite you to our blog to read out those cases in details. We covered a very interesting part, the features that were related to AI and recommendations and predictions. And now we will get to actually utilizing this data and predictions in different channels. So before I move to this new group of updates, I wanted to check if we have any more comments. So I have one more comment from Milan. So does Yespo allow for generated personalized recommendation for mass mailings? If I send a campaign to an audience of over 200, I assume that it would be a huge load on the system. Okay, so the first question, yes, with Yespo, you can send a mass mailing with personalized blocks because for all the people who are at your website, Yespo can understand and predict what would be the best offer for them. Depending on the context and depending on the data we have about each customer, we can implement different algorithms. Like for some people who have made several purchases before, we could understand that probably there is a product with regular consumption. And for those who made just one purchase, we can understand what goes well with this previous product. And for those who we know only browsing history, we know which products he was looking at. And so what probably going to be most resonating for him to get back and to finish the purchase. So basically, we know all this data. So why not to use this in the mass mailing the same way we use it when people are on the website? And that's what Stripe did. We managed to implement recommendation in mass mailings. For you as a marketer, it's the same easy story as just sending a newsletter, weekly or monthly newsletters that you probably do in your business. The only difference would be that there's going to be several product blocks that would be populated based on the product recommendations that we know for this particular customer. Of course, it will be styled in according to your email. It will have the same fonts, colors, and so on. And honestly, you can even do it all by yourself because it's like really intuitive. So after initial setting up of a product card, you can manage and reuse it in your mass mailing several times. I will have a small feature about this in future slides in this presentation. So we'll get back to this in more details. And the second part of your question is if I still campaign to audience of 200K, I assume it would be a huge load on the system. It's going to be a lot on a system, but it's not going to be a huge load on the system. Just to remind you that we send about 1 billion of messages monthly. So 200K is just a small particle for us, so no problem. Please, we have campaigns running with several millions of users, and we do not see any significant delays in delivery, so do not worry, that's not a problem at all. So I will continue. Communicational channels. I mentioned in the very beginning, highlighting the most interesting update, that Telegram bots is a new channel for our platform. That's something that we added in the past year. Telegram is very popular in my home country, in Ukraine, and it's very popular in Bulgaria, where we have a lot of connections with our partners from agencies, and it's popular in Southern Europe, it's popular in South Africa, and across the countries of southern hemisphere. So that's a very interesting opportunity for marketers to communicate with their customers. And unlike many other options, messengers that we have, all of them are quite costly. And when we speak about using some alternative like text message or WhatsApp, they are quite expensive. Telegram is free, and you are open to communicate with those who already subscribe to your bot in the way you like. You own this channel of communication, at least that's how it looks so far. So it's a powerful channel for marketing, and there is a lot of opportunities, not just cost cutting, but it's also a huge opportunity for you to be there where your customer is. If he's already in the Telegram bot, so why not to help him, and why not to communicate them in the way he prefers? Connecting Telegram to CDP gives you ability to send all the typical e-commerce communications via Telegram bot, like newsletters, reminders, personal discounts. You can send abandoned cart notification. You can send abandoned view notification. You can send some price drop trigger and so on. Like basically anything that you want to do in your e-commerce store could be made in Telegram as well. Again, please enjoy the articles that we prepared with the opportunities that we have. Like with any channel that I mentioned before, you can create messages here. There is an editor for building rich messages in Telegram with images, with different fonts, with highlights, adding buttons to those messages, and so on. Of course, you can use Telegram also as a part of your larger and more complex communication in the workflow, when you check whether people open your email or not and send Telegram as an additional channel, or vice versa. And of course, you can see how many revenue each channel brought to your company, so you can see revenue tracking and so on. The next channel I want to boast about is widget. Widgets for a website are small widgets. Most often you can see them as pop-ups on websites, but honestly, we think the widget is a better word for this, because it's not necessarily a pop-up. It could be some elements that helps you to navigate customer. It could be some social proof elements. It could be some launchers, overlayers, and so on. And there's many of them. All of them are available on the platform. All of them are customizable. You can do them in the style of your website, with your fonts, with your colors, with your backgrounds, with your images, with all your data. And the one of the most interesting parts is gamified widgets. You can see there is an example of scratch card, but there is more of them that we have introduced the past year. So gamified widgets, we have three main types of them: spin the wheel, scratch card, gift box. You can build and implement them yourself without needing to go to your website developers, because after you plant a script of Yespo to your website becomes your marketing channel, and everything you want to do there as a marketer you can do yourself. You can use the very convenient builder of widgets within Yespo. You can set up the rules, you can set up all the fields, you can add text, you can add countdown timers, and many more things that would be resonating and intriguing for your customers. And the results of implementing this exact group of widgets is so cool that I want to share with you some statistics. So we had, as an example, one of retail stores that reported that 55% of website visitors who saw a widget interacted with it. So basically, every second person that goes to your website and sees there is a Wheel of Fortune goes to play with it, which is a tremendous result. As in general, it brought 8% growth in average order value, because the engaged people wanted to spend more money. Another example of a shop that was oriented on growing their subscriber base, as they managed to increase 9 times the amount of subscribers and 3 times grew of promo code implementation on the website because of implementing gamified widgets. So you see that there is a lot of opportunities for you as a marketer to increase the efficiency of your website without investing a lot of money in acquisition, user experience, optimization, and so on. Of course, all those things has to be done, but I mean that you do not have to invest like extra $10,000 or $100,000 in user acquisition. You can just improve your website and improve the experience of your customers on the website, so you get better results. Another example of widgets is request forms, and there is a great opportunity for you as a marketer to understand your audience and to re-implement the knowledge of this audience in your campaigns. So right from Yespo account, you can set up the form with the questions you want to ask people at a certain moment of time, at a certain pages where it's appropriate to ask those questions. Of course, it's not a pop-up that blocks the website on the main page. No, it has to be in the proper moment of time, maybe after the click on a specific element on the website. So people might, we may ask them, so do you want to give us more information so we could recommend you better offers? So it's always relevant to ask something about what's the pedigree of your dog, so we could personalize and give you the offers for your dog. So what's the name of your dog? So that's the kind of information would help you as a marketer to build a more interesting, engaging, and resonating messages to your customers. But to know this, you have to ask them about it. And Yespo offers a very simple and easy way to ask those questions people. Another example of widget is multi-step widget, which helps you to separate the large form in several forms. That is very comfy for people, because like for me also sometimes the big form could scare me, And if I would be given just a few steps, and of course I visually see that, okay, I've made step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, I can understand how much more I should go through. And it really works. It really works because statistically, these multi-step widgets have a lot better conversion rates than one-pager widgets, one-pager forms, if the form is large. If it's just one field or 2 fields in the form, okay, you don't have to split it. But if you really want to ask 10 questions, you have to split it. Otherwise, you will have very low conversion rate on the form. You simply will not be able to utilize all the opportunities of people who are on your website to share their information with you. Another important things when we setting up widgets on the website, now we can also pull the data directly from data layer, which is a specific memory of the web page, where you can store some data using Google Tag Manager or using similar tools, and to implement and use this data that we know on a session level about this customer to make the offer more resonating, more interesting. So before I move on to the next question, I will pause and look at the questions we have. So Anna asks me, Telegram is great, but do you plan to add other messengers as well? Well, honestly, we have several messengers already. Telegram, we have Viber, we have WhatsApp. I do not, honestly, we have WhatsApp integration, and we would be happy if we had customers who want to use it. Unfortunately, in the Eastern Europe, WhatsApp is very expensive, and it's not as affordable as in Western countries. So that is why the demand is not very high, but okay, we can support it as well. If you ask about other channels, I would also mention the RCS channels that is gonna be, I think, this year available. And no, to be fair, we do not want to add messengers just because they are. We want to add messengers that would be beneficial for the marketers and those that marketers will use. So we see a good demand on the channels like Telegram or Viber or text messages. We have them. For other messengers, I don't have such the same big. The interest is huge, but the how to say it, the paying interest is a lot smaller. So if Anna, you have some particular messengers that you want to use with Yespo, just let me know. You can write it now during the video, or just reach out to me or to our team later, and we will offer you. We'll try to offer whatever messenger you have in your mind. So one more question from Mila. Is it possible to send pop-ups to specific segments or use them in triggers? Yes, that's what we, like I said, widgets are improved this year, and initially they were offered in 2023, sorry. And there I was explaining a little more how you can target widgets, and you are right. You can target widgets on several group of rules. You can target widgets on. You can target widgets based on browser data, so and web page data. So depending on what page the person is present, or what dynamic data we have in the data layer. But also you can target on the CDP data that the customer data platform knows about this visitor of the website. And this is a lot more interesting cases could be implemented. I'd say that targeting pop-ups based on the browser data is something that a lot of solutions have, but targeting widgets based on the backend data that customer data platform has is a lot more interesting and a lot more advanced because like basically there is no tools that have the same knowledge about your customer as customer data platform. That is why you can build complex logic and use them in triggers as well. Okay, Anna, yes, thank you as well. Anastasia, thank you for such an interesting webinar. Are you planning to add any new widget types in 2025? Yes, we have such plans. I honestly have more slides in the very end of the presentation, but just to give you a short answer and not keep you waiting too long, there's going to be social proof widgets. There's going to be a lot more personalization in widget based on the browsing history. And there's going to be like widgets that would help us support abandoned cart, abandoned view, abandoned category situation in customer journey. Then we will be able to support and return customer to the purchase process using the product cards. And the product cards is another important part of this presentation that I will cover in the future. So I can move on to the next group of improvements. We were speaking a lot about websites and website personalization, but mobile apps are still a very hot topic, and I think the popularity of mobile apps will be growing in future. Well, personally, I see a lot of brands moving to mobile, and not just from web, but also from even those brands who were not present online at all. They are implementing mobile apps as a part of their loyalty program. But later on, they understand, okay, but it's also a nice platform to sell products to people. And that is why mobile apps will grow in popularity, and more cases for e-commerce and retail and in general B2C business will include the mobile app. And we will need as marketers to be able equally good communicate with customers on the website, in mobile app, and in direct channels. So that is why in Yespo we take as very significant efforts to support this channel as well. And for mobile apps, we have improved as a channel which is called in-app messages. So those are messages that appear in the app during the active session. So when you already use the app, you can set up logic when some pop-ups will show up within your app. And like I said before, the difference here with traditional push messages is that you cannot personalize communication with someone who did not allow you to send push notifications. Of course, you can personalize the messages and pop-ups and do different screens with your developer team. And that is a nice way to core features of a product. That's how it has to be done. But what if we speak not about the core features of a product, but marketing messaging and some short-time offers or seasonal reminders and seasonal offers And what if we just need to A/B test and experiment before moving to production with our developer team? So that's where in-apps and Yespo as a solution for delivering in-apps step in. And we are very proud to be a good solution provider for top tier mobile applications that use us for sending push notifications, in-app, app inbox notifications, and all the necessary communications for mobile apps as well. And that's one of the great upgrades to our portfolio of channels in-app. So there is a link to the article with more details of how in-apps could be implemented in any business. But also I would highlight the changes. So now you can build in-app notifications in the same easy and intuitive way as you would do building email in our editor, or building a pop-up, or writing a message. You can also set up rules when to show this in-app, under which condition, how often to show it daily, show it just once per session. Should we run it when the app is open, or it should be run only after certain event types that should happen in the app? So everything is very customizable, and you can set this up and work with it. So there's a lot more updates to see. Or you can also have all the statistics on how people are engaged with this type of messages and so on. You can use carousels, you can use sliders within this notification. So a lot can be done with this upgraded channel. In email, we also made significant changes, and this is a little bit corresponding to the question that Anastasia asked me about what's going to change in widgets next year. So imagine that in email you can implement a product block, and we have three types of those blocks, which is like classical product block, a product with a price change block, a product with a discount block. All of them are interconnected with your product feed, and it's really easy to populate it with the data, and especially when you have dynamic data in your email, especially for product recommendations, like in messaging that Mila was asking about, and in general, if you use them in triggers or in any type of other communication, you have to be able to take the JSON data that product recommendation algorithm provides and implement it in every email on a fly, because everyone from your 200,000 subscribers will probably get something different based on their own previous experiences with your brand. So that is why we have to be able to provide in emails this module where product data will be used. It saves a lot of time when you create this email. You don't need to have developers or coders to in this process when you want to add product recommendations in your email. It's very convenient to customize and use different blocks. It's very customizable. You can set up how many products should be in one row. Is it 2 products, 3 products? How should the layout change when we go to mobile? And after all, it improves the perception of the offer and improves the conversion rate of the emails with these specially designed product cards. With product cards, you can also add some extra information. For instance, if your product feed has specific variables which are important to highlight in your products. For instance, you sell books and you have author and or publisher, and you want to have them in the product card, you can also add it easily, and in your email they will automatically populate the appropriate data to those fields. The next channel is web push. Here we improved the reporting, and we supported progressive web apps, and we supported Safari, and a lot more opportunities for you to utilize this channel for people who browse your website. App Inbox was also improved with added ability to utilize the data from the customer data platform in messages in better way. So not just first name, but also any data that we have in the customer data platform could be used for personalization of a particular message to a particular customer. With SMS and Viber, we supported more providers, and we supported the usage of emoji in messages. I will speed up a little bit because there's too many things to cover. With content identification, we improved the process, and here the main change is that we have several identifiers. We use ETM terms that helps to understand the contact on the website, and it helps to better identify people when they go to your website without login. It's still very important for us as a customer data platform to understand what people do, and because how they behaved before login is also the part of their customer behavior. And if we would be relying only on logged in customer behavior, we would have just like 3% of all the activities that you have on your website. That's why it's very important to store this data and you use temporary IDs like web tracking cookie, or like currently it changes a little bit. We can use pseudo IDs to identify people and identify the history of behavior before actual identifying of a customer. Like I mentioned, integration with WooCommerce helps us to receive messages, to receive data from the platform directly. So our tracking script will be planted on your website, and it will get all the behavioral data about all of your customers in Yespo account. You will be able to set up the integration in just 5 minutes, and after that the data will start flowing in CDP, and CDP will be able to start sending campaigns and messages to your visitors of the website, sending them email, push notifications, and any other types of communication that you will collect, and of course on the basis of previously received consent. In reporting, we also added more things. One of the important things is that when we have a complex process like a big e-commerce shop, or we have not just e-commerce, but we have subscription, or maybe we offer some services online, the conversion is not always purchase and not always an order. At some phases of a customer life cycle, for some segments of our audience, there might be some other important conversion that we want to achieve. I don't know, maybe one of them is to install the mobile app. Maybe we want to push people who use your website to start using your mobile app. And in this case, my goal would be install of the application. And I can set up a sequence of different communications that would incentivize my website users to install my app. And to track the effectiveness of such campaigns, of course, I cannot use the order anymore. I should use another converting action, which is like app installation. And now Yespo supports this. You can set up your own custom events that would serve as a conversion. You can measure those conversion. You can see and do A/B tests on achieving those intermediary results, or maybe some of a different different dimension results or different dimension conversions. I basically covered the main changes and in what we've done, and now I wanted to tell a little more about what we're gonna do in 2025. If you're still with me and you still wanna hear anything, let me know, because I don't see any more questions, but just let me know, are you still with me? Do you want to know the plans for 2025? I know that it might take some time before you answer, but I hope I will see those comments a little later. So I will continue because I believe that I know that you want to know what's going to be. So I'm happy to present here the concept in which the Yespo will be developing in future. And the concept is seeing Yespo as a marketer's assistant, so basically your assistant. And we want to have this collaboration between marketer and Yespo as a marketer assistant, where marketer can specify what he wants to achieve. The Yespo offers how it has to build something within itself. And then after marketer approval, we go and get to achieve the goal. And the concept has several important concepts. So Yespo has to change from standalone tools that you use separately into a fully fledged marketer's assistant, which means that under the hood we will have several specialized agents. Each of them might be specializing in different aspects of the platform work. Some agents will be specified in creating segments, some in creating campaigns, some in creating content, some in analyzing the data, analyzing the quality. So multi-agentic approach is one of the concepts. Another concept is an intelligent core. And here, very important that customer data platform always has the understanding of the context. It has so-called memory that assistant can have about each customer. So imagine that whenever we send any message, we in memory we know how this particular recipient was interacting with previous emails, what was he writing in response to our messages, what the products he purchased, what products he looked at before purchasing, and what he looked at and didn't purchase. So all this context is available as a memory for marketer assistant. Marketer assistant is going to be unified. You interact with one single interface, but and it has to be in a very natural way. So why is it important and what we see as a benefits in future? So first of all, it's speedy convenience. So we will eliminate routine operations that could be delegated to AI agents that would allow you to focus on a marketer job on a strategical level. It helps you to scale your operations easily, tailoring, making A/B tests, generating new campaigns, generating new segments with ease. It would also be focused on ROI optimization, helps you to refine the segments, helps you to eliminate from sending the campaigns that are not going to be have good conversions, and it will help you to focus on those who are actually going to provide you with good results. With email editor, we plan to add collaborative editing and commenting features. So when you work with your team on a new newsletter or changing to a new trigger, you can comment to different elements of the email. You can share this email with your team. You can share and pinpoint the changes that you want to implement. And of course, we will implement more AI integration in creation of email. So the AI-powered automations will help you to create emails easier and quicker. It will help you with image creation. It will help you with copywriting and so on. And we're gonna update the design of Yespo platform at all. Here is a small preview of how the designs will change. Well, in general, it's not nothing radical and something that will change the style, and you will have to learn. No, you don't have to do this, but it will look more in the same style, more modern, and I think you will like it. So I have a question from Avgajata, and I'm happy to answer it. So can I use ChatGPT to write emails in your editor, or is it another AI? Actually, we already have OpenAI API used within our editor right now. If you will go to the editor of Yespo, there is several options how штучная интеллигенция can help you, which helps you to change the tone of voice in the email. It helps you to shorten or make the text longer. It can help you to change the language, so basically to translate the text. And if you support the multilingual communication, it's easy to create a clone of your original message in new language version. And again, you can use OpenAI to translate it. So instead of copy pasting and using ChatGPT, it's already embedded in editor and you can already use it. So I'll be happy to share with you how to do it if you want to, or you can just go log into your account and try it right away. But thank you for the question. I have one more question. Am I getting it right? As a marketing specialist, I just tell AI assistant I need to improve Romeo this campaign, and it proposes me option or how it works. What if it chooses a wrong strategy? On a conceptual level, you are right. You just let it know what is the goal of your campaign, and and the strategies could be different. And you are right. One of the strategies could be the best ROMI, return on marketing investment, but it's not necessarily the only strategy you always follow. Like for instance, for some campaigns, you want to have the best reach, like because you need to raise awareness in your audience about new arrivals of the products. In this case, ROMI is not something important because you are not actually trying to sell on the stage. You want to inform your audience. And so in this case, ROMI would not be a good indicator of a success. Or maybe you don't want the best ROMI, but you want to have the most sales. So maximize sales because you are fighting for your share on the market. And in this case, probably you're gonna have, so to achieve the best ROMI, you would probably sell less, but the more precisely known audience. With if you want to maximize sales, you would have worse ROMI, sometimes maybe negative. I don't know, depends. But your goal is to grab the share of the market. You can invest in this case. So I mean, even the questions you could ask are very different depending on the situation. And of course, his reaction would also be different because for every question about I want to improve return on marketing investment, there are several ways how to get it. So of course we can analyze, do we take the proper segment for this campaign? Secondly, do we use the proper content? Do we even should use the same content for all the segment, or should we break down our segment in several sub-segments and to have separate offers for them? And maybe we should do a personal offer for each of them. And that's all of those elements are impossible to achieve if you don't have this marketing assistant that is capable on working on a level of like one customer personalization. What if he chooses a wrong strategy? Basically, he cannot choose a strategy. He can recommend a strategy for you and to argument how these actions would probably influence your results. I can imagine like he would suggest you that I see that we have a segment of people that we don't send any messages at all. So I see those people, they are falling off our standard flows just because, I don't know, they are not included in any segment. And he can suggest to try to reactivate these people because he sees all the data and he sees all the statuses of all the customers. Or maybe he can suggest, okay, I see that we have higher than average unsubscribe rates in this campaign. Maybe we should decrease the frequency of communication, or maybe we should change the messages, or maybe we should try to go omni-channel here. So that's the kinds of ideas he should bring up. But it doesn't mean he will, you will accept it because you are the decision maker here. So yeah, it's not going to be easy, that easy as you mentioned. Okay, thank you for your questions. And I think I'll sum up. So we're going to have more integrations with more platforms. And yeah, in this slide, you have the link to our YouTube channel. I also invite you to look at the presentation we had exactly 1 year ago, because maybe some more fundamental things I managed to explain it in details there as well. I think it was also very, very cool presentation. We will also try to make more videos like this, and I'd be happy if you will not just look at this particular video, but also subscribe to stay in touch. And the best thing you can do is actually to reach out to me and to offer a meeting, and like live communication is always better. So thank you very much for the questions you had. And I'm glad to have thanks from you and dziękuję from you. Dziękuję nawzajem. I do zobaczenia. And see you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.